Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Expressions the Podcast, Season 3, Episode 11. And tonight is the surprise fast food episode. I'm excited. This is going to be pretty cool. Anyways, the reason it's a surprise fast food episode, it was actually inspired by a TikTok video that I saw from a user called YouLearn16. I believe her name is Joanne. She's a teacher right here in Ontario, and she did a surprise episode where she pulled into a Starbucks drive-thru and just said, "Hey, I have $15 to spend. Surprise me." So what I'm going to do is I haven't spoken to Joanne. I'm a bad host. I didn't do my homework. So I will message her after and see if I can get the permission from her to share her video at some point in this episode or a link to it below at least. So you guys can see what inspired this. But I've been following Joanne on TikTok for quite a while, and I'm a fan. I like her work, and I think if I had had teachers like her when I was in school, I probably would have done a whole lot better in school. So anyways, each of the three of us, unfortunately, Sean couldn't be here this evening, but Brian, Aurora, and I each went to different fast food restaurants, told the host or hostess at the restaurant that we had $15 to spend and to surprise us. So we had some varying results, I think, because none of us have opened our bags yet. So this is going to be a surprise to all of us. But before we get into the food, and I know we're all hungry because as we're recording this, it's just after 8 p.m. I want to say hello to my co-hosts. I want to say hi to Brian and Aurora. I haven't seen you since next week. How are you guys doing, Brian?
I'm doing awesome. I'm excited. This was so fun. Was so fun. The whole drive-through experience. I can't wait to tell the story about it. It's just something different, and it wasn't just fun for me. It was fun for the people at the counter as well. So, well, not the counter, but you know what I'm talking about. Drive-through
speaker, the other end of the speaker. Yeah,
the other end of the speaker.
Awesome, excellent. And Aurora, how about you?
It went. I'm doing well. It's been Perfect. A busy, kind of crazy week for me. A lot of random drama going on that I just don't want to go into. But other than that, it's been good. I had the chance this weekend to celebrate the 30th birthday of one of the people we actually had on as a guest, Elisa Spinello. It was her 30th birthday, and I got a chance to spend some time with her. We went to a wine tour, which was cool. A lot of fun and much needed little getaway to escape,
escape life. Gotcha.
Escape life, exactly.
So
exactly.
Now, Elisa was the photographer that specializes in musical instruments, correct?
Yes. So she works at Cosmo Music.
Yeah. Okay, well, happy 30th to Elisa.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Excellent. Uh-huh. One day I'll hit 30 and I'll know how it feels. So,
and yeah, I was just going to speak a little bit about my experience. I think it went well. I didn't actually go through a drive-through. I went to the counter, but hopefully that didn't change things too much. But yeah, I think it went over pretty well. And I guess we'll dig into it a little bit later.
Yeah, I debated on going into the counter as well, but I don't want to go into places anymore, so if it's not a drive-through, I don't usually end up going there.
I get you as well. I did myself go into the counter as well, because I wanted to make sure. Sometimes I find at the drive-throughs I'm a little hard to understand because I speak quickly, and I wanted to make sure I got my point across without sort of holding up a drive-through line, although I don't think they served any cars at the drive-through while I was there waiting for my food. So alrighty, so let's get into the, as Brian would say, meat and potatoes, literally, although we're really not sure.
No idea.
So, all right, excellent. So I guess we didn't draw straws, but why don't we just go alphabetically? So Aurora, did you want to dig into your bag first? Tell us the experience, how you ordered, and then what your experience was like, and then we'll look at what you got.
For sure. So I went to Starbucks, the Starbucks in the Upper Canada Mall. I went right up to the counter. It was actually empty. Like, it was the first time I had ever been to that Starbucks and there wasn't a lineup. So that was kind of interesting. Or even walked past it. It always seems to have a lineup, so no one was there. And there's a nice lady at the front counter. Her name was Evelyn. And I explained I wanted to order one thing. I ordered one thing for Andrew, and I left that completely separate because it wasn't a surprise. And I said I want a surprise order. I have a budget of $15. We went over by, I think it was like 40 cents or something like that.
Okay.
I've got the receipt. I haven't looked at the receipt. I don't know what it is. I just know that, my drink is iced because I can actually see it here with a clear cup in front of me. And my only stipulation was it had to be decaf. So I had to get a drink that was decaf. Another thing that happened during my order, the person who actually made the order, I went to double check at the end of the order whether the drink was actually decaf, and she hadn't made it decaf. So I ended up with 2 drinks. I ended up with the decaf version and then the non-decaf version. So I have both here. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to try it out. I have no idea what's in it, and yeah.
Yeah, so that's a $5 or $6 error on Starbucks.
And they were happy to give it to me. They just like
because they'll just dump it out, right? Because
she's just like, oh well, do you want the caffeinated version? I'm like, well, I can't drink it, but I'll see if Andrew might want it. So I have it down here just to show you guys that I'll see if Andrew wants it after.
Very good.
I'm glad you said that because Shelley said that she was going to drive over and get that from you. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, if she wants to, I'm sure because Andrew already has a coffee. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So, and did you also get food?
I did. I got 2 baggies here of food. I did say snack. I said, and whatever to make it $15 snack related. So I have 2 snacks here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can open it up.
Are we gonna like?
Go ahead and open it up and let's see what you got.
Okay, so in here, it smells like banana bread. I love banana bread. So in here is warmed. It was definitely warmed banana bread, and there's butter, and then a wooden knife.
Okay.
And yeah, that's
sneak that through a metal detector. Perfect.
Oh my gosh, banana bread! I love banana bread.
Nice.
Okay. So that was a good choice on her part. And this guy is a birthday cake pop.
Ooh, I often look at those on their menu.
It says it right here.
Not that I go to Starbucks often.
Oh, I love cake pops. I usually get the. My sister introduced me to it, and there's like a chocolate one, so it's like chocolate, like a dark chocolate with a chocolate coating. Oh my goodness, so good!
Wow! All right,
Shelly's listening in. She's going a little bit crazy for the pop there.
Nice. Yeah, cake pops are good.
Yeah, and so the drink here, I don't want to read it off the cup because maybe I'm missing something, so I'll read it off the receipt. So the receipt came to, including taxes, $15.42. So it's a grande iced oat latte with 2 pumps caramel syrup, 2 pumps cinnamon dolce syrup, and light ice.
Ooh, very cool.
So that's going to be an interesting flavor.
The oat latte is the same thing that the You Learn 16 lady got.
Oh really?
Yeah.
She went to Starbucks as well.
So my friend Elisa, who is birthday, she always gets a brown sugar oat shaken espresso thing. I always say it wrong, so I will be really impressed with myself if that's correct. But yeah, she always gets that thing. So I'm quite familiar with the oat coffee mixes because that's what she likes. But yeah, I'm excited to try it because I've never tried it. It's
very cool.
I mean, I didn't realize they could make it decaf, so that's kind of cool.
Awesome, that's excellent. Well, did you want to try a sip and we'll get your first reaction?
Sure.
Awesome.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, the expression.
Yeah. It's like creamier than I would have expected it because it says it's oat, right?
Yeah, it's like an oat
but it
milk
tastes
that you
like
use,
really like creamy. I was not
Yeah.
expecting that.
Well, have
Yeah.
you ever left your oats in milk for like 2 days and then tried to drink that milk? That's like super creamy. Maybe not 2 days.
Mm.
That would be
Maybe
a
not
little
too.
different
I
than
think
cream.
the quick oats, the overnight oats, where you
That would
put
be
it
lumpy.
in a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
overnight oats.
Yeah.
I do
think-
really like the cinnamon dolce.
Yeah.
Like syrup. It's got a nice like cinnamony kind of thing. It reminds me like when I make sometimes I'll make coffee and just put a little bit of cinnamon in it.
Yeah.
Just like adds a nice flavor to it. So I really like that actually.
What's
And
the
it's
difference
not I was a
between-
little concerned when I saw 2 pumps caramel syrup because typically caramel for me is like really sweet, like too sweet. But it doesn't taste too sweet. Maybe it's like the coffee that offsets it, the flavor of the coffee. But I miss the flavor of coffee. So it's nice to have a decaf version of it.
What's the difference between the caffeinated and the decaf version? What
Caffeine.
they add caffeine? You don't have a jar of caffeine on the shelf.
No. So there's
No.
they have decaf espresso.
Just the type of coffee they used.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they use I think they use decaf espresso to make a latte.
Yeah.
I don't go to Starbucks.
They use
I'm not a coffee guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
I go. We take my wife and I often go through the drive-through and we get a latte each and we get pup cups for the dogs. So those are
yeah.
So
I've
and
seen
the
the
girl
dogs with that before. It's so cute.
and the people at the drive-through always react. We always let them give the dogs the pup cups and they just love it. But I think what you're drinking there, my wife had the hot version of that once, and it wasn't bad. She enjoyed it. Like I had a sip or two. I enjoy like a regular milk latte, but that was good as well. My MO at Starbucks is I usually get them to put an extra shot of espresso in it, so I end up with a large with 3 shots of three espressos in it instead of just 2. So
Shelly does the same thing. She's
extra caffeine is never a problem.
Yeah.
All right,
So the
awesome.
Difference.
banana loaf, I put a little bit of butter on it because that's what they gave me.
Nice.
And I guess I'll try.
and you said they warmed it too for you. That's nice.
It's not so warm anymore, but
Yeah, because we've been talking for half an hour already.
I feel
before we
like
started
that's I feel like that's a good combination with the
Yeah.
cinnamon in here, and
nice.
the banana bread has a bit of cinnamon in it. Yeah.
Did the
Very cool.
people have any fun with it? Like, how did they react when you asked for something under $15 and let them choose?
Oh my goodness.
Now she's eating.
He's just like a server in a restaurant. Wait until you took a bite to
Yeah,
ask
I know,
you how
right?
it was. Yeah, jerk.
Sorry.
Okay,
Laura.
so she kind of looked confused at first. And then she asked me a bunch of questions. And then I kept saying, just surprise me. Just surprise me. She's like, oh, do you want fruity or like coffee or like whatever? And I'm just like, no, it just can't be decaf, can't be caffeinated at all. So like no green tea, no caffeinated coffee, no caffeinated black tea, just nothing with caffeine. And then she's like, okay. And then she started thinking to herself, like, what would be the easiest way to make sure that it's absolutely decaf? And then that's what she came up with this one. So, and then for a while she's like, oh, and a snack. And she's like, what kind of snack? Do you want this or this? And I'm like, surprise me. Yeah. And that was basically that. So yeah, I think at first she was a little flustered. She wasn't like, why are you doing this or anything like that? It was just more, wanting to make sure the preferences, I guess, of mine were taken into account, but I gave her
cool.
nothing. So yeah. So that
Very
was
cool.
nice. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. And are you going to take a bite of the cake pop? And
I guess we'll take a quick bite of the cake pop. It's kind of
Well, that's
melted
not a lollipop.
because I don't know if you see that like brown spot there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of melted because it was leaning against the banana bread.
Oh, okay. And
So it's
the
like
banana bread.
flattened
Oh,
here.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So it was actually really warm, I guess.
Wait, there's a random voice.
Mark.
I'm hearing random voices.
Very
in my head.
sensitive microphone, Shelly.
That is absolutely fine. I love Shelly.
It's very like
She's one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Me too.
Aw,
Thank you, Mark.
Muffin.
So how's the cake pop?
It's very good.
Yeah,
It's
awesome.
very good.
Awesome. I often see them on their menu and I think, should I?
Does it taste like cake?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. So
cake?
like the inside, I've had cake pops
Cake.
before, and the cake on the inside is very dry.
Yeah.
The way that you're supposed to make cake pops is like you take the crumbs from cake, so like leftover crumbs from the cake, and then you mix it with icing from a cake.
Yeah.
And then you roll them into balls, and then you put them in the fridge or the freezer to get them, I guess, kind of hard. And do that. So they do a really good job of mixing, like, I think the cake with the icing in the center, so the cake is still really like moist.
Yeah.
And it's really good. My preference for sure is still the chocolate cake pop. I've never really been a huge fan of white chocolate things, and this pink chocolate that's on there is white chocolate, so I'm getting a real hint of white chocolate from it, but the cake inside is nice. Like a nice vanilla flavor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good explanation.
Very cool.
Because I thought it was just like a piece of cake that they just dipped in icing or something.
No.
Yeah, I think the trick was they need to be able to hold together in that pop form, right? So they, Chris watched a lot of like baking challenge shows, and they actually bake an entire cake and then they crumble it up and make the crumbs, and then they mix it with their frosting. So I imagine that's how they get it done. But
Cool.
all right, Brian, what have you got in your? What's in the bag, Brian? What's in the bag?
Oh, do I go over that first? All right. So,
all right, or well, tell us your story.
I had so much fun with this. This was so cool. First, I'm going to do a quick screen share because, so I went to Harveys. First, I was going to go to Burger King, but Burger King's not open yet in Newmarket, so bummer. But that's okay because I ended up going to Harveys, and these two amazing people who helped me. I don't remember. I didn't get their names. I'm sorry, but they were awesome. They were laughing so hard. The window was closed, and I could still hear them laughing as they were getting the food ready. So I have no idea what's in this bag. All right, so start from scratch. I roll up. The place is empty, and I see the guy walk into the window from my car. And I tell him, all right, this is either going to really piss you off, or you guys have a lot of fun with this. And and then I said, have you ever heard of the $15 drive-through challenge? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, I'm going to let you pick whatever I get, give you $15 and so on. And I could see him in his window, put his hands on his head. He's like, oh my God, what do I do? I have no idea what to do. And he starts laughing. Automatically, I was happy. Instantly, I was happy. The whole thing was just fun to begin with. He seemed like he was a good sport about it. So Shelly had to have something predictable. So I said, okay, that's the first order. But here, let me give you the second order because I have to come home with something that Shelly will eat, right? That would suck otherwise. So I don't care what this is for me. I'm going to make nachos or something later anyway. All right. So you never know, right? It could be pretty gross. I mean, it could be a burger with yogurt on top. I mean, you don't really know.
Never know.
Does Harveys even have yogurt?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's probably on the breakfast menu, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they may be very mean people. I mean, they look very nice. But who knows what's in this thing? What's really funny is, though, as I was sitting there waiting for the food, waiting to even pay, I looked in, and the young man who was helping me on the phone, and the young lady there was kind of sitting back watching this happen. Like, he called her over, like, hey, you got to check this out. This is going to be something special. And then another guy came over and started helping him actually type it in, because I guess they had to figure out what they could do for $15 and whatever. So I guess while they were preparing the food, she came to the window and she's like, would you like any napkins or anything else in the bag? And I was like, well, judging by your laugh, I think I'm going to need them. She goes, yeah, you're going to need them.
They probably put ice cream on the fries or something.
Oh, I don't even know. It's been in the bag since 7:30 or something like that. So I don't know what's going on.
Man, they must have had a lot of fun with this.
Aurora, they were laughing so hard. The glass was closed, and I can clearly hear them laughing, and just big grins all over the place.
Knowing what's in the bag, they had fun with it.
So Shelly's already looked in the bag.
Okay. Awesome.
She knows what's in there.
I looked at the receipt.
Oh, okay. So I didn't get a receipt with mine, so we'll go.
I have the receipt here too. My total. I'm not gonna look yet. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up. Here we go.
All right, perfect.
Let's see.
Your total was
Lots.
14.
Napkins. Woo woo.
Lots of napkins.
What was the total, Shelly?
14.54.
14.54. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this. So hang on, I'm gonna move the mic.
All right. So Harvey's
Sounds like-
reveal.
Yeah, that's what he got.
This
That's-
is the biggest
What?
burger I think I've ever held.
Oh my goodness.
Today.
So
Wow, that does look big.
I think they might have just done a burger and put everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I smell hot peppers.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Nice.
Baked peppers on my trackpad.
Oh no.
Does anybody have rules about putting food in their workspace?
Yeah, the more food, the better. I got a snack while I work, so yeah.
Oh man, there's a lot of peppers on this. Whoa, there's onion rings.
Nice.
There's cheese.
Curds.
Cheese curds. Oh, and that's another thing. This is apparently something that they've never made and nobody's ever asked for ever.
Yeah, I can
Oh.
see why. Would you like to
Oh, what
you
the
wanna
hell
tell
is
them
this?
what's on it?
Wow. It's like a poutine burger.
It stinks.
That's actually with onion rings.
No.
Okay, so hang on a second here.
Take the lid off. Before you do this, take the lid off and look at it.
Take the lid off.
Oh my god, there's olives. There's
What's
corn.
that? That's not corn. That's lettuce.
That
That's not corn. That's a hot pepper.
what is this?
That's a donut.
A donut?
It's a mini donut. It's on your receipt.
There's a donut and jalapenos and banana peppers.
So
There's
what
a
did they
donut
do?
on your burger?
What
And light
So-
tomato.
Oh, but
What did
light tomato.
what do they call it on the receipt?
Oh, let's see if I can.
No,
this
it's,
thing to
it's
focus.
oh wait, yeah, you're still sharing your screen of your
Oh, okay.
your
You can't
picture,
see
so
me.
we can't see
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Make your screen
Oh,
bigger. Do you know how to do
no,
Yeah,
that?
mate.
you're in here.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
No. So you got
Put your
Plus
donut
one
back.
donut.
4 rings, cheese curds, bacon, Swiss, a donut.
Tzatziki?
Tzatziki, ranch,
Oh, wow.
jalapeno, hot peppers, lettuce, and light tomatoes.
Ranch.
So that's one burger and it's $15.
What? What kind of burger is that though?
An
Looks
extra.
like
Original mushroom melt.
a
Original mushroom
melt.
melt.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Depends on that too.
So it's
But they
a
just went
mushroom melt.
crazy on.
You're either gonna have really bad breath, you're gonna have really stinky farts, or both. So you're just gonna be right in your mood tonight. If
Awesome.
any of that,
All right. Well, Brian, if you need a couch, I got an extra one here for you, buddy.
there'll be holes in that couch. You're gonna blow out your pants.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
Oh my god!
give it a bite, Brian. Let us know what you think.
You gotta
Yeah.
put the donut back on.
I gotta put my
Yeah.
donut back on first.
Make
Hang
sure you
on.
get some donut in that bite.
Oh, but there's olives on there.
Tough.
There's olives.
Well, you did tell them to surprise you.
I did. I did. I did.
Yeah.
These guys earned their money
That's
today.
why
I'm telling you.
glad I ordered my own food.
Cheese curds.
Oh, I'd barf.
This is a whole new thing. I think this is the start of something good.
You're disgusting.
Hang on a sec.
You're not really gonna. Oh my god.
Shelly's reaction is awesome.
That's gross. That's gross, right? Yeah. I'm out of here.
Oh
Bye.
no. Oh no.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, that was
no.
delicious.
That's worse than you now what I would do if I was you, I'd pull off what you don't like on that burger, warm it up again later, and
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have nachos.
So you don't like olives? Is that one thing that you don't like?
No, I don't mind olives at all, actually. But I'm
Okay.
just wondering how the donut was. The little mini donut.
oh no.
The combination of food is the donut and the banana peppers. That's kind of what you Yeah, right.
Oh,
Okay.
Cheese
So
would be in there.
I sense that so far Aurora is winning. although
yeah,
although
like
she
she really thought out the pairing of this
al-
drink and the banana bread.
although you did go
Like-
over your $15.
I by 40,
That's right.
42 cents, but she gave me a free drink.
Over's
so,
over. Yeah,
I came in
freebie.
under the $15 so
Yeah.
far. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, because
That's
what were
true.
you? You were 14.40 or something.
Well, before taxes, it's under $15. It's
There you go.
$13.65 before taxes.
There you go.
$14.64
$14.64, and yours was with tax, Brian.
with tax. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so here we go.
You
So
do, Mark.
I know Brian and I did the same thing. So we didn't neither Brian nor I ordered a drink, but I had ordered. I did the same. I ordered food that my wife wanted in a separate order. So I did get a couple of drinks with that. I actually got 2 combos so that we could share something later. So I do have a drink, but I went to A&W. And I too went in, and I walked up the counter, and I said to the fellow, I said, "Okay, hear me out. I got a thing here." I explained to him what I was doing. We had the $15 food challenge, and I said, "But what I need you to do is, I need to buy $15 worth of food. I can't know what's in the bag." I handed him $20. He went over to the other register so I wouldn't see him ringing it up, and I ended up with. He gave me back $5.70. So it was $14.30 for what's in the bag. I have no idea what's in the bag. I didn't get a receipt for it. But then with the other combo, I got a drink. So I got a diet A&W root beer, because of course. So that wasn't in my $15, but I was thirsty, so I had to take a sip. But yeah, they had fun with it. They thought it was a blast. The 2 guys were talking a little bit, and then he's like, even as he bagged it, hiding it behind him, and then he like rolled it up, and he's like, "Here's your $15." So that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna take my first look here. Ooh. Yeah, nice. All right, first thing in the bag, onion rings. Nice,
Unaltered, original, delicious
unaltered,
onion rings.
just onion rings. What else do we have in here? Oh,
Not this
2
one.
things. There's 2 more things here.
Soggy
Hold on.
onion
What
ring.
do I have? This looks like I've had this before. It's a cheeseburger buddy burger. It's a little slit off its bun though. And then what else do we have in here?
That's because of the way you drive, though, Mark.
Yeah, I know, right? This is probably. Although I was juggling the 2 drinks in a tray. And what is this? This is. Ooh. Yeah. Pickles on it for Sean. So there's Sean, buddy. I'll save them for you.
Pickles for Sean.
No, I didn't.
Pickles for Sean is our.
I did not get
The
napkins.
name of the episode tonight.
I believe this is chicken. So I got an onion ring, a cheeseburger buddy burger, and a chicken buddy burger. And I've got I wonder if he'll eat a pickle. Come here. Hold on. Pickle. Want a pickle?
Would you isn't that
Okay,
dog-
Dusty ate a pickle. He's a weird dog. All right, so Dusty, the pickle is Dusty approved.
We're gonna have PETA messaging
All right.
us. You know that,
All right.
right, Mark?
No, he's a good boy. He eats everything. All right, so I'm going to try the chicken first. It's a chicken burger. Other than being a little cold, it's pretty tasty.
I'll be honest with you. Once I took all the hot peppers off and the onion rings and the donut, this is a delicious mushroom melt.
You're not a fan of the hot peppers? All right.
I don't mind
So-
a few, but I mean the hot peppers and the jalapenos.
Going to do the onion ring. Now, I have to say, in the fast food industry, not a lot of restaurants do like in like the fast food burger industry. They don't. Not a lot of places do onion rings. Like McDonald's doesn't do them. Does Burger King do them?
Yes.
I don't remember. Okay, so maybe McDonald's. But anyways, I like A&W's the best, so I'm glad they put them in the bag.
They put the most flavor on them. I used to think Harveys had the best onion rings when I lived in the States until I moved back to Canada.
Yeah.
I realized that they're really just greasy mess. So I'm glad he
All
didn't put onion rings in the bag. Mind you, they are on the burger still, but
classic onion ring from A&W. So very, very good. Love it. All right, and I think this is the buddy burger. This pickle is mine. The dog doesn't get my pickle this time. Oh, it's a double burger.
Ooh, hello.
There's 2 patties.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think you got the best value here. You got a double burger, you got onion rings,
And I got a chicken burger.
And you got chicken burger.
But I didn't get any napkins. Dusty, go get me a napkin.
Yeah, I got some.
I'll use the bag. But yeah, no, that's actually a pretty decent value. So, but yeah, the guys had fun with it. They thought it was a lot of fun. So it's actually interesting to see what you get for your $15. Now, I didn't get a drink either, but this is a diet A&W root beer that came with the other combo that I got for my wife. So,
well, if we're okay with cheating a little and having an extra drink, I'm going to go with a cherry Coke.
Ooh, very nice. I have in the fridge, I have cherry Coke Zero. Since I'm not supposed to have all that sugar. Of course, having said that, I'm probably not supposed to eat this either. So, but no, that was pretty cool. That was interesting to see what I got. I'm glad I got, although I'm just some foodie here. There's not much that I don't like. In a fast food world, I can pretty much order everything. I did have one horrifying moment though, as I was driving away. I have a friend that's vegan, and I can't remember what they call it. A&W has a vegan burger, and I had that for lunch one day, promising her that I would try it. And the gastric upset that happened afterwards, because I think it was some sort of a bean, and I think it must be beans and lentils or whatever. It just was not very pleasant for me the later on in the day. So I'm glad I didn't get their Beyond. I think it's a Beyond Meat burger. I'm glad I didn't get that because my stomach doesn't handle those too well. But it was tasty, though. I have to give it that. It was just later on, I guess, because I'm not used to all that roughage.
I guess when you do a challenge like what we just did, you kind of have to be prepared for anything, right? Yeah. You could have people who are vindictive and just nasty, mean people. Yeah. You could have people having total fun with it, and just I think my people are just having total fun with it. Like, hey, what can we put on there, right?
Yeah, so I think in the fun department, Brian, you got it licked. Like they had the most fun, and you gave them the best experience. Aurora, I'm jealous of the snack foods and of course the extra drinks. So you got the best bang for your buck, I think, as far as because you got the free drink for Andrew later, plus I love banana bread. So
oh my gosh, I ate all of the banana bread. It's
gone. Nice.
It's gone.
But I think me because I mean Aurora and I both technically got 3 items for our $15. Although Aurora did go over. I was what did I say? I was $15 and 40 cents. Or $14.40, 30 cents. Yeah. Because I got $5.70 back. So at $14.30 from my 20. So that was good. Actually, I had cash in my wallet. Believe that? Anybody else have cash in their wallet? I know. I tapped the debit card for my wife's order, but I handed him a $20 bill for mine.
Yeah. I'll finish this burger.
Yeah. Nice. I'm definitely finishing mine. Onion so.
Yeah. I mean, when you going to Harveys, I wasn't going to get a whole bunch of stuff. And going anywhere, really. I was thinking that maybe when you said the video and I watched it, I thought she was American. All right, $15 American. That'd be about $45 Canadian. So we can get a whole meal, right? I thought that'd be
Yeah.
But no, I got a burger.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So that's that was kind of fun. I mean, thanks, Joanne, for the inspiration on that one. If you're actually watching us, but hopefully she likes and subscribes when she does watch it, because she seems like she's obviously a very learned person, and I like that. But
yeah, we're gonna definitely talk to her. See if she'll come on the show, Mark. See if
I'll do that. I'll reach out to her and let her know that we used her $15 food challenge, and we did it on the show. But I was gonna go to Pickle World and get $50 worth of gourmet pickles for Sean, but then he wasn't gonna be here, so that was no fun.
That's why he's not here.
Getting pickles for Sean. So
you keep on razzing him about the pickles, so that's why he's not here anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is that. So plus we fired him,
and then we rehired him.
I got to pay the food tax here down to my friend.
Okay, so what did we learn from this challenge that we did? What's our takeaway here? Because there always should be a takeaway from one of our shows.
Well, of course there is. Hold on a second. My other friend is here for the food tax.
Oh, yes.
Maybe he wants some
chicken. Takeaway is Mark's dogs eat extremely unhealthily. Okay. Pickles and A&W. And
yeah, but they also eat carrots and apples and fresh green beans.
Yes,
now they're both their ears are up.
What?
What else do they eat? They eat real food, like if I make chicken, if I actually barbecue chicken or something, they'll have the chicken. Or Dusty has steak. Freya can't because nasty things happen literally immediately after she eats steak. But yeah, they eat real food as well, right? So and we've got, there's a very specific list of things that dogs can't have, so they don't eat chocolate.
Right.
They do love peanuts and cashews. It's interesting. I could probably hand this to Dusty, and he would literally he wouldn't chew it; he would just swallow it. I give him a cashew, and he'll chew it like 10 times. I give him the bigger it is, he just swallows it. But little things he chews. I don't get it.
This is why I have a cat.
He's sitting here wagging at me. He's just a weird dog. And that's Freya. That's Freya staring at us here. Daddy, can I get some more chicken burger? I know. Look at that. How can Daddy say no to that? Right?
With Dixie, I mean, all of our cats that we've always had, it's always been a very strict regiment of this is cat food. Don't feed them human food. But once you start feeding them human food, they come to you all the time.
Yeah.
They want
Well,
food.
here's the thing though, because I give them a little snack, I give them a taste. I could literally put my headphones down and walk. They're both sitting here. If I walk out, chances are one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to sit there and go, where are you going? Or they're going to follow me. But they will not touch this. I can leave. I've left a full cheese omelet sitting on the table, a low table, with them in the room. Got her, made a coffee, come back, and the omelet's still there. They will not touch it because they know they get something. They love peanut butter. They love peanut butter on toast. But
you should have brought a little sample of food home for the dogs.
They also, that's what this is. They also love blue buffalo dry dog food too, is what they mainly eat. So very good.
There you go.
What about you, Aurora?
Awesome.
What do you take away from this episode?
What I take away, I mean, that was really good customer service of Starbucks to offer the drink that they mixed up as kind of like a bonus thing. I thought that was really, really good. What I really liked about this experience is that the person at the counter really put thought into how the drink would taste with the snack, specifically the banana loaf and this drink, because they both had that hint of cinnamon. It complements, like the drink complements the snack, the main snack of this. So I thought that was really nice. She warmed it up. She gave me butter and a knife to put the butter on it. So I thought that was really really well thought out. And it was something that I definitely would consider ordering again for sure. So I thought that was
That's
a
cool.
pretty nice thing. Yeah.
Introduced you to something you hadn't had before.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
So you guys both got normal foods.
Yeah, we had normal foods, nothing special. Like when we did our secret menu episode, that was different. You got a secret menu item, is what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
I mean,
but
they had
it's
fun with it.
It's interesting to see that you can get a mini donut on your burger.
Yeah.
But
Not that I'll ever ask for that specifically.
Yeah, but it's fun to know
Someone
that you
might.
can. It's fun to know that you can. It's like, I mean, Aurora, you went to Starbucks and they've got your drink menu, but there are so many different things you can order that aren't even on the menu. I mean, I've heard people's order, and they're ordering a half calf double whipped extra shot, no foam, 3 pumps, 9 pumps, it's crazy the customizations that go on there, but they're all customizations off of the menu. And of course, everything you buy. I had one of my staff one day was saying she doesn't go to Starbucks often because when she goes, the one drink she orders is $12 because it's got so many customizations. Every customization, like Brian's Burger, you pay for the mini donut, you pay for the cheese curd, you pay for what did they give you? 4? I think on the bill it said 4 onion rings.
1 plus 4 rings, extra cheese curds.
And how much was the 4 rings?
Yeah.
It was like
the 4 rings was only 70 cents.
Yeah. So, but I mean, every time you add something to it, it's like when you go to a burrito place and you ask for guac, they charge you, $1 or $2 for guac, right?
The donut was 75 cents.
The little donut for 75 cents.
One thing I do want to say here is this grande iced oat latte was $5.75. There was 2 pumps of caramel syrup for 70 cents. And then there was 2 pumps of cinnamon dolce syrup, which there's no price attached to it. So I guess they gave one flavor for free, and then the other flavor was extra.
Okay.
So I thought that was maybe interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why that one would be free, but
it might have been the what was included with the drink. Like I know when Chris and I go, because it's funny because anybody that's not familiar with a pup cup at Starbucks, it's basically they give you like a little espresso cup full of whipped cream, and of course Starbucks uses real whipped cream. It's not like fake stuff. It's not an edible oil product, if you will. It's actually whipped cream. So that's why the dogs get pup cups. But when you order, so Chris and I, we do our order, and it's usually about $15 for 2 drinks. But then the pup cups are free. So it's, we don't do it often. I'm going to say probably once a week we go and we get ours with the, the extra shot of espresso and the pup cups.
So would you agree then them giving you a couple little dollops of whipped cream turned you into a customer that would go back and spend
Absolutely.
$20-$30 a pop?
Absolutely. Yeah, because if it wasn't for it, it's the funniest part is we'll be going out, and I mean Starbucks literally I turn left out of my driveway. The next intersection is where you turn in to go to Starbucks. It's that close. Yeah. One way you go Starbucks, the other way you go Tim Hortons. And if it wasn't for that pup cup, we'd probably go to Tim Hortons and grab like a steep tea and a coffee that would cost like less than $6.
Yeah.
And then the dogs wouldn't get anything, but because we go in there, right, it's that whole you get them excited. You want a pup cup? You want a pup cup? And
you got to whisper it.
Now he's looking at me again. He's like, do I get a pup cup too? But they had one yesterday, so we're good.
The other thing about Starbucks I find is interesting, I think is good business, is that they go by people's names.
Yes.
Right? Instead of calling out the order.
Whether they're right or wrong.
Whether they're right or wrong. They go, yeah. They go by people's names.
For sure.
So, I think that's very personable.
I have 2 stories. Two stories about that one, and a third one that wasn't me, but I heard about. So Chris had an appointment downtown Toronto one day, and after the appointment, we were walking. It was a Starbucks in the lobby of the building. And so Chris she ran off to use the washroom, and I said, well, I'll line up and I'll get us a couple of lattes. So I get up to the window, the window up to the wicket, and the barista says, will you have? So I order Chris's drink, and she says, oh, what name can I put on the cup? Now, I never address my wife as Chris. I always just like when I come home, I'm like, cute, I'm home. I just call her cute. Because, well, she is. So she says, what name can I put on the cup? And I go, well, and that's exactly what happened. I said, put cute on the cup because she is cute. And the barista goes, oh. And the girl behind me goes, oh. And it was like this reaction. Anyways, they charged me only for one of the drinks. So I got a free drink because I'm cute. Apparently, this is cute. And when I feel like a particular shit disturber and they ask me my name, I tell them my name is Sarsipius.
Have fun with that one.
Yeah, so sometimes they ask me how to spell it, other times they don't. But yeah, so it's always fun watching them call it Sarsipius, and people are Sarsipius, yes. It's Latin Sarsipius Sillimanagik Jackson III is my name when I'm at Starbucks. So, but the best one was I heard about a guy that went into Starbucks, ordered a coffee, said his name was Bueller, and walked out. So they kept calling.
That is horrible.
Kept calling for Bueller for a coffee. Bueller.
Anyone? Bueller.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I might do it and say my name is Cartwright. If anybody's a Seinfeld fan. No, the Chinese. Yeah, they went into the Chinese restaurant, and George had the reservation under his name under Costanza, and so they were calling all these other people in, and George was like, "You didn't call me," and he goes, "Yeah, I did. There's my name right there." And the guy goes, "I did call you." I said, Cartwright. And it was a big Seinfeld joke. So, anyways, it was just a lot of fun.
I think my big takeaway from all this is how each restaurant lives up to their name.
Yeah.
So, for example, Mark, you got A&W.
Yep.
They gave you efficiency, right? You got double burger. You got, all those little things that are like classic A&W food, right? Aurora, you went to Starbucks. They were creative. They're baristas, right? They think of food and flavors, and and they talk about adding different kind of things to it. So they put thought into pairing them together and all that, right? The flavors matching and giving you a really interesting but edible experience, right?
Yeah.
Where Harvey's, their whole thing is get it your way, any way you want it, right?
Yeah.
You can have anything on your burger you could possibly want. You
It's
just tell them
so
what you
true.
want, and they'll build it, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
here I got a burger with everything on it, like, but it's just hilarious the way they did it. And then the funniest thing to me is they put light tomato.
Light tomato.
Like
Yeah.
they've got, I mean, listen to this list: onion rings, extra cheese curds, the bacon, Swiss cheese, donut. Then you get the actual original melt, which has relish, mustard, olives, tzatziki, ranch dressing, jalapeno, hot peppers, lettuce, and light tomatoes. I mean, hilarious.
So I'm guessing that means like one tomato versus
but
two.
I can't even find the tomato.
Well, the relish, but other than the relish, no pickles.
No pickles.
There you go.
Yeah, no
There you go.
pickles.
So Sean, other than relish, Sean would have been good.
Sean would eat this.
Sean would eat that, yeah.
So,
But there was pickles on both of mine, which was interesting. I'm trying to remember if I've ever had pickles on a chicken burger before. But
pickles on a hot chicken burger, like a spicy.
oh,
What's
okay.
it called? Like a Nashville hot chicken sandwich
Okay.
or whatever.
Well,
It's really
and that's
good.
interesting because I mean A&W has that as well. But when the guy was ringing it up for me, he said he was ringing it up and he goes, "Hold on a second, it's going to take me a minute." He says, "All of our stuff here is so expensive." So I wasn't sure whether they were just going to throw a combo at me or what they were going to do. But I got a la carte was the way it worked. So I basically got the 3 items for $15. Whereas that's what you would get if you ordered, because I think the combos because I ordered 2 combos, other combos, and the other order was like $32, so around about $16 a piece. I do have the receipt for that; it's in my jacket. But this one I didn't get a receipt, so I wouldn't peek.
Interesting note on this was Shelley's was actually about 25 cents cheaper than mine.
Yeah.
So she was in under $15.
And
she
what
got a
did
full combo with onion rings and a drink, a large drink, and a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So
wow.
she got
And so that
actually.
oh yeah, exactly. And it's funny because I think also that's the other takeaway too, is ordering the combos is probably a better deal. Although I mean yours had a lot of customization to it, but I mean I got 2 burgers and an onion ring for $15 with no drink, and you got a burger for $15 with no drink. So.
I got onion rings. 4 of them.
No, I know, but I mean, what happened? What happened to the onion ring?
There's too much, man. Too much. And I've got like 6 or 7 big ass peppers here.
Oh, see, I love the hot peppers. I do love hot peppers. Yeah.
And then there's so much stuff. And then of course the donut, which I'm never even going to put near my face.
You're back again. Wow. He's back again. He's like, I can still see food on the desk, Daddy.
You know, this was fun. I enjoyed doing it just
fun.
because honestly, hearing them laughing through the glass that made the whole experience worth it for me.
Well, I think what we did here as well, I mean, whoever watches this, but we made the night of those 3 sets of restaurant employees, right? So, I mean, Brian, you for sure with them laughing, but for me, there was the 2 guys outside on the counter. They were conferring with one another over what to ring through. They were at the other register, so I couldn't see it. And then Aurora, you let her creative flag fly. So
yeah,
that was awesome.
like she was really creatively thinking about it.
Yeah,
I could tell.
but
She was thinking about it. She's like,
Yeah, you hit the jackpot on a food pairing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's really nice. Where I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I go through drive-through, I don't really think about anything except for make my food, make it right, don't screw up again. You know, like all that's what I think when I go through drive-through. It's always going to be a mistake. They're always going to mess up, and I'm just waiting for it, right?
Yeah.
But it was really nice going with a different approach and having fun with it, and seeing the tellers. What's the proper description for their job title? Employee.
Well, at Starbucks it's a barista, and I don't know whether they'd be a cashier or an order taker or
Anyway, the young folks that helped out were awesome. They were just awesome, and that was the Harveys over at Green Lane and Davis Drive, by the way.
Green Lane.
No, Leslie.
I was
Leslie.
going to say,
They don't intersect Green and Davis. Leslie and
oh,
Davis.
Leslie Davis. Yeah, that one. I actually spent a lot of time at that one in my youth.
Yeah, I bet. It's been there a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, I used to work in the plaza across the street and that plaza, and I lived like right there, right? So, yeah,
Yeah, good times. I'm
a
glad
lot
we
of
did.
meals at the Harveys. Yeah. So
I
awesome.
want to do
Now,
more food things like this. So we
all
got
right,
to find new ideas.
yeah. So, and no, where is the Burger King going in Newmarket? Is it in that new plaza at?
Right at the 404.
Oh, is it in the 404? Okay, because
Yeah.
they one here. A Burger King just opened in Thunder Bay, right by. I work in the Thunder Center, and it's the sort of. There's another plaza. It's got like it backs on like the Thunder Center's here, like, and then it's in front of the Thunder Center, right on Fort William Road, and it's a huge Burger King. It just opened like 3 weeks ago, I think. So I haven't been in yet because I eat a lot of home cooked meals instead of fast food. I bring my lunch to work and whatnot, so I don't often go out.
Well, it's funny watching the chatter and like the Facebook Newmarket group and stuff like that. Everybody's just so excited that Burger King's coming to town. There used to be a Burger King that was in Newmarket apparently, and I don't know.
Yeah, it was okay. So do you know where the big Shoppers Drug Mart is at Davis and Young?
Well, I know where it was.
Yeah, it was right behind that.
Rumors it was shut down because they were like dealing drugs out of it or something.
Oh, I don't know about. I used to. I worked in the plaza. I'm trying to think what's in it right now.
I don't want to get sued for libel, by the way. I was saying I heard something.
There's a dog daycare there. So actually, I probably shouldn't tell this story. I mean, my mom will never watch the show, but so years ago, I used to work for a store it was at Young and Davis, and it was called Drug World. It was basically a supermarket drugstore, and my mom drove me to work one day. I think I was like 15. And she drove me to work, and I hadn't eaten anything. So the Burger King was right across the street by that Shoppers Drug Mart. It was a Loblaw at the time, but she drove me to work, and she says, "Well, I'll pull in here. We'll get you a meal, and you can go in and eat, and then have your night at work." So we pull in, and of course, my mom is driving, and she pulls up to the drive-through, and of course, this is back in the '80s, so it's like 1986. So the drive-through speaker technology wasn't what it is today. So
it was a cord with two. It was
right,
two
we
cups.
we pull up to the window, right? And I can understand the guy, welcome to Burger King, can I take your order? And my mom leans out the window, and she's like this close to the speaker, and she screams, "I'll have a Whopper combo with a large orange drag."
Oh my god!
And I'm like doing this. I'm like sliding down, trying to get under the dash of her car. Right? I'm mortified. I'm 15 years old. I'm no longer cool. And I'm like, oh my god, mom. So, anyways, the kid comes on, and he said, I can't remember what the total was at the time. It wasn't $15 for combo. It was probably like $7. So he comes up. He says the combo. He says there's a long pause because you can imagine like he's pulling the headphones off or whatever when my mom's yelling in his ear. And so he comes back on after a second, and he says, "Will that be everything?" Yes, right. So I'm like, oh my god. And so then he comes back. He goes, "Okay, so that'll be like $7.80. Drive through, please." We pull up to the window, and I'm doing this. Like, it's not me. But yeah, and of course, my mom. I love my mom. I absolutely love her. She was oblivious to the whole thing. Didn't understand. Didn't realize the guy yelled. Nothing, right? And she's like, she's looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like,
yeah. So did you guys ever work in like a food place, like a drive-through kind of food experience?
Not a drive-through.
Not a drive-through.
My first job was I rode an ice cream bike, Dickie D ice cream.
Oh, okay.
I was a wee Dickie D. But yeah, I got held up once. I had what else did I have?
Held up?
Yeah. Knife. Guy had a knife. Yeah.
Wow, that must have been
yeah,
scary.
yeah, it was probably scarier for him. I panicked. I completely panicked and went, and I broke his nose, and he dropped, and I just rode. And you can just imagine all the kids, like the bells are going, ding, 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 and I'm like, there was like his nose exploded on his. It was bad. It was
Oh my
really bad.
gosh.
But
See, I'd be telling that story completely differently. Yeah, I'm a ninja. I just went.
no,
and he was down.
I completely. He walked. He had a butterfly knife, and he walked up, and I go, "What can I get you?" I hopped off the bike, put the brake on, and I go, "What can I get you?" Give me the money belt, and I'm like, ah! And I just like hopped on the bike and I ran. Like when he dropped, I thought I was getting in trouble because I assaulted a guy, right? And I'm like, ah! So I think I was 14.
Oh, well, you were defending yourself.
Yeah, it's not not the way 14-year-old
Yeah.
Mark thought, right? So
That's
so
awesome.
yeah. So I think that was about I was 14, so that would have been 15 years ago. So I think the statute is probably up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna watch the podcast and go, you.
I'll find you. I know where you
You.
are now.
I knew
Yeah.
it.
I know where you live. So,
Oh wow. How
yeah,
about
but
you,
that's-
Brian? Do you have any stories from working in the food industry?
Maybe stories I can't tell. I worked, well, 3, I guess, technically. I worked at Friendly's restaurant in Vermont. I worked at the Inn at Weston, which is the only job I've ever been fired from. And I also worked at, what was it? Oh, a summer camp in the kitchen. But I mean, I guess the Friendly's restaurant was my real food experience, sitting there and making ice cream for people. And I was the cook for a little while. I guess the only crazy story was when one of the girls there was like lifting her skirt up for me in the back room. And the manager walked in and she had her skirt up and we weren't doing anything. I was doing dishes. I was at the Hobart and I had dishes going through and she was doing something behind me and I turned around and she's got her skirt up and the manager walked in. It's like, you're not supposed to be doing this back here. I'm like, I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's exactly what somebody who was actually doing something would say. I wasn't doing anything.
Like this, in and out.
Awesome.
And for a while, actually, my mother worked at the restaurant with me. My mother, maybe even Steve worked there, my brother. And my mother's girlfriend at the time, Betsy, worked there.
Wow.
So, yeah. I don't think we ever worked a full shift together, but
real family affair. See?
There aren't too many places to work in Vermont, or at least when I was there.
Wow.
What about you, Aurora? Did you ever work in food services?
Yeah. So my first ever job, I worked at Tim Hortons.
Okay.
I worked there for like 2.5 years or something like that, and I had a whole long list of stories from working at Tim Hortons, but probably the craziest. I'll give like the two kind of craziest. One crazy in a good way, one crazy in a bad way. I really feel for food service employees because working at Tim Hortons for 2.5 years and doing all the positions that I did. Like working on the sandwich bar and the cashier and running to go get the snacks and stuff, working on drive-through, doing coffee, doing cashing. There's a different position for everything when you work at Tim Hortons. And you have to make sure that you're doing your job and sticking to that job. But I really feel for all people in the food service industry because not only did I work there, but I worked at Eastside Mario's, and that was a whole other not so great experience. And it wasn't because Eastside Mario's is not good. It's just the manager. When you don't have a good manager kind of situation, or the manager is going through something during that time, which happened to be what was happening, it doesn't turn out to be a good experience for sure. So going back to Tim Hortons though, I'll tell the crazy story of something that happened one day. So it was a busy Saturday morning. I worked in Stouffville at the time, and that Stouffville Tim Hortons had a long drive-through laneway, but often on Saturday mornings that laneway would spill on into the street next to it. So Saturday mornings would be super busy. So it was a super busy Saturday morning, running and getting a ton of different stuff. This guy ordered a coffee, and then he ordered a frosted cinnamon roll, and he specified it 3 times. I was working coffee. Someone was working. Oh no, I was working at the what's it called, the cashing out at the window. Someone was working on coffee, and then someone was running to get the snacks. So he very specifically said, like, 3 times, I want a frosted cinnamon roll. So the runner made his coffee. The coffee person made the coffee. The runner grabbed the cinnamon roll, and I was at the window, and I was taking his money and giving him his items. And I had given him all his items. I hadn't checked anything because I was pretty sure everybody heard. They were all on the, headphones and everything, that it was a frosted cinnamon roll, very specifically frosted cinnamon roll. And the guy looked in the bag, saw that it was a glazed cinnamon roll and not a frosted cinnamon roll, and he proceeded to throw the cinnamon roll at me through the window, and it fell onto the ground in front of me. He said, "This isn't a frosted cinnamon roll. This is a glazed cinnamon roll," and then drove off. He didn't even allow us to, make it any other,
So he
corrections on that.
He threw the food back at you, didn't take any food, and paid
Drove
for food
off.
he didn't take. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a win on your end. I mean, you had the money.
I mean, aside from being pelted by a cinnamon roll, I mean,
yeah,
it
exactly,
was a win.
right. Yeah. It's interesting how people react when things are wrong. It's funny. You've reminded me, because I did when I was a manager for Shoppers Drug Mart in Angus.
Yeah.
And the Shoppers Drug Mart in Angus is still there, and there's a McDonald's in the parking lot right beside the building. And on McHappy Day, which is where they get celebrities and things to work the drive-thrus and whatever, they reached out to us to see if we wanted to go. So the owner of the Shoppers, Pam, and myself, we went over. And my job was to literally check the order and hand it out the door. So I handed it out the window. So I would call for what I needed. And so I needed, I think it was a 20-pack of McNuggets. And I needed a 20-pack of McNuggets. And Pam says, "I just gave it to you." I said, "No, you didn't." She goes, "Yeah, you did." I go, "That was the last car." She goes, "No, that was for this car." So the one car didn't pay for a 20-pack of McNuggets and got a free 20-pack of McNuggets. And then the next car, we had to wait a little bit because I had to get another 20-pack. So I wasn't at the drive-through window long, but it was kind of fun experiencing the McHappy Day. We had the shirts and the whole bit. So Pam and I had a lot of fun, and I'm sure if she ever watches the podcast, she'll be laughing her ass off at me because I'm the dumbass that gave away a 20-pack of McNuggets at the window. But
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Yeah, I know. I bet it won't be the last for sure.
But you would think that, especially a place like McDonald's, you'd think they'd have enough practice that they wouldn't make as many mistakes. Like they've got a system.
You know what? It's funny. McDonald's gets a bad rap for making errors at the drive-thru. Like I've seen the meme. McDonald's should have a third window where you return all the stuff they gave you wrong. Here in town, we've got. I'm trying to think how many McDonald's we have. There's 3 McDonald's with a drive-thru. I've eaten at all of them because when I was on the road for my last career, I mean, you're a quick lunch and it's like a coffee and a burger and off you go. But even like their breakfasts, I love their breakfast. Their sausage egg McMuffin is my favorite. I have never actually had an error at a drive-thru window at McDonald's in Thunder Bay. Never once. I often get parked. So they're like, "Oh, could you pull into spot number 1 or spot number 2 or spot number 7?" Because there's a bunch of cars parked there. They want to keep the drive-thru line moving, but I've never actually had an error.
10 times my Newmarket one, 3 out of 10 times I have mistakes.
Really?
It's not just McDonald's though, like Wendy's. I don't go to Wendy's anymore because they messed up so much. I've stopped. I boycotted.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. See, I like Wendy's because I like their burgers and I like their fries better than McDonald's. And they have breakfast now, which I think I've done once. I got to, I try not to eat out too much anymore. My past is catching up with me in the shape of my belt line, so I try to eat as little fast food as I can.
And speaking of that, I think we've exhausted quite a bit of talk about fast food.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What about real food? I know, Aurora, you are on a health kick.
Yes, I'm on a healthier kick for sure.
Why don't we do one of these challenges for something with healthy food next?
We could do that.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think that would be a good idea.
No, because there's no healthy drive-through, right?
No. So are we talking healthier options from a restaurant?
Well, I mean, if they're
Uh,
still going to do $15, there's not too many restaurants we can go to.
Well, and here's the rub though. There isn't too many restaurants that you could go and actually get a healthy meal for $15.
Yeah.
Right? Eating healthy is definitely more expensive than eating
Mhm.
Yeah.
than eating wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's getting $15 of healthy groceries or
Ooh, $15 make it at home dinner.
Okay.
okay.
So we're gonna we'll work it out.
We'll work it out. Let's
Yeah,
workshop it a little bit.
we'll have to come up with some rules
Yeah.
for that because there are certain things that you'll already have, like if your spices and things like that, you'll probably already have. But the main, we'll hash it out. You guys don't
We'll
know
hash it out.
Yeah.
But it's a neat
users-
idea. I mean, we've looked at a pretty junky way. Mind you, I don't think Aurora's food was really that bad for you.
Yeah, except for the
Well,
sweetness, the
the
sugar.
sweet- there's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
There'll be a ton of sugar in what Aurora. I mean,
Sugar
mine is
and-
heavy in carbs, but
Fried
Yeah.
food and carbs, yeah.
I mean, a loaf is carby for sure.
and Brian
so-
Brian had that massive donut on his burger. So
yeah.
he
And
did-
by the way, this is all the burger I have left.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm
So you eat
I've
it.
taken it. Mine is stone cold too, right? So I want to heat it up a little bit after the show.
It's
So
really good. Mushroom melt, the core burger is really
Yeah.
good.
yeah, I miss Harveys. We don't have Harveys in Thunder Bay. I miss Harveys. So
Aw.
although
It's
we're
dangerous.
getting we're getting a Mary Brown's chicken.
Mary Brown's is good.
I've heard that's good.
I
I've never
I've
tried
heard
it.
that's good. You've never been to Mary Brown's?
Never.
I'm never going to be a skinny man. I tell you, it's and here's the worst part. I told you how close the Starbucks is. It's right next door to the Starbucks. It's like literally, it's in the same plaza, like one building over. Like,
Oh, wow.
my god, I gotta drive by it every day on my way home from work. I'll be like, don't feel like cooking. Woo,
Yeah.
Mary Brown.
It is.
Yeah.
See, I'm also the kind of guy that we have a Popeyes in our plaza, right, Aurora? But I'll
Yeah.
drive to the one in Keswick because I want to go through the drive-through.
Mm.
I'm weird like
Yeah.
that. And they also have better food there. Anywho,
The Popeyes in Thunder Bay is in the plaza where I work. So yeah.
oh, there's such good food there.
Yeah.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
This has been a
Shrimp.
very
I
fattening
love
episode.
shrimps. It has been
Yeah.
a very fattening episode. Well,
I mean, even
anyways,
just talking about the food, people are out there
Awesome.
listening to this potentially if they listen to it all the way through ever, and
Yeah.
just wanting to go and get fast food.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up then, and we'll call it a night. And so yeah, it's been fun. We've had very different food experiences this evening. Brian, Aurora, do you have anything left you wanted to add?
I think that, if anybody's listening still now, and they thought this was an interesting idea, why not go and try it yourself and let us know about what you get.
Yeah, interested where you go and what you get.
Yeah, because I think everywhere you go and every person, I think, would be a different experience. So
Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
love to hear more about that, for sure.
I don't think too many people have done it yet either, because I mean nobody did it. I asked if anybody had done
Yeah.
this at the Harveys. They're like, no, this is the first time they'd ever had anybody mention it. So
Yeah. I liked our secret menu episode too. That was kind of cool. But yeah, as more and more fast food places pop up, I mean, I suppose I could have done a $15 challenge at any number of like burrito places or Osmos or whatever. That would have been cool too. But this was fun. This was a fun one. But yeah, so excellent. Alrighty. So thank you very much for watching and listening, everyone. If you've liked the episode, please subscribe, like and subscribe. Tell your friends, have a lot of fun. Tell your friends to laugh. If you didn't like it, just shut up and don't tell anybody. But yeah,
I
like and
almost posted
subscribe.
that on my Facebook post this morning. We hope you like it and leave a comment. If you don't like it, then just shut up. And I was like, nah,
Just,
just-
don't, yeah. But yeah, share it with your friends or don't. It's your choice. I don't care. It's a free country. All right, excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Have a great evening, and for Brian, Aurora, Sean, and myself, have a great week, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Ooh.